Oh my gosh, Zell. So still working on buying that Daniel Jewelry Inc. Bracelet, guys. It's mine. I've been talking to Prince, been talking to whoever on text messaging and stuff. Been having to do payments because Zell sucks. Raul, I appreciate you. Raul, if I may say that wrong, but he's one of my favorite people. Alex, man, sending over $1,000 and I sent old boy 500 because he thought that was his limit, and Zell's messing with him too. So just screw that. But guys, it's 5:13. It's Friday. Prediction time. Okay, so we got the Bills that beat the Dolphins yesterday, and I told you I didn't think it was going to be that big of a blowout. I think I said like, what was it, like 31-21 or something? It was 31 to, or I said 31 to 24, or 28 to 21, something, 28-17. Ended up being 31-21, guys. That's not good enough for the Bills, but we know that it's a rival game, right? So we got Bengals and Vikings, the teams of the GIMP quarterbacks. Well, who's going to win that one, guys? Well, I'm going with Minnesota on that one because the Bengals defense was terrible last year, and I don't think they did much to improve. Raiders at Commanders. Commanders were out their awesome little quarterback, Jaden Daniels. That being said, Marcus Mariota, Raiders are still going to lose to the Commanders. Guys, Rams at Eagles. What do you think? Are they going to push themselves all the way to victory? If they keep false starting, they will, that's for sure. So with that being said, guys, that's going to be a lot closer game than we think. However, I'm thinking the Eagles are going to pull that one out 24-17. Blah. Then we've got the Steelers and the Patriots, okay? Steelers are going to win that game. I think Aaron Rodgers he's looking a little old, but the experience, Mike Tomlin, and I love Mike Vrabel as a head coach from the Pats, but tomorrow, I believe, or Saturday or Sunday, the Steel Curtain's going to win, guys. I keep forgetting today's Friday. Packers at Browns. Man, the Packers are either saying that they're going to unleash Micah this week or next week. Just don't kill Dak Prescott, okay? Not even a chance to me that the Browns are going to beat the Packers. Packers are going to win that game easily. Not thinking about Dallas. They're going to go out and handle business. Guys, Buccaneers at Jets. Buccaneers are going to win 28-14. Chargers at Broncos. Broncos lost last week. Chargers are looking like maybe they could be the best team in the AFC almost. With that being said, look for a very close game, almost an upset. Let's say Chargers 27, Broncos 24. Seahawks are going to romp the Saints, guys. I'm sorry. Let's see, I can't really remember right at the moment. I'm blanking on who the Seahawks quarterback is, but that's not a good sign either, okay? Cowboys at Bears, we'll skip that for a second. Cardinals at 49ers. 49ers are going to beat the Cardinals even without Brock Purdy. Now, this could be a game that the Cardinals win like 21-17 or 17-14. But I say the Niners are going to win this game 24-14 or 24-17. We'll call it like that. Lions and the Ravens. What a game, boys and girls. We'll skip that one for just a second. Sunday night football. Chiefs at the Giants. Guys, the Giants played a heck of a game against the Cowboys Sunday. Russell Wilson threw for every yard he ever threw for in his whole life that game. It seems like, my God, had career best in just about everything. Wan'Dale Robinson's looking like a very good receiver. Of course, you guys have Neighbors, very good. Chiefs are going to win. Chiefs are not going 0-3 to start the season. They're going to win, and it will be probably around 27-14 Kansas City, maybe even 35-14. I think even without Xavier Worthy or whatever and Rashid Rice, I think that this is the week the Chiefs put up some points. Monday Night Football, guys, will be the game of the week. You have the Detroit Lions at 1-1 versus the 1-1 Ravens. Ravens should have won their first game, but Derrick Henry, we all know, had that fumble, and it cost them that game. Who's going to win that game? Man, that's going to be a fun one to watch, guys. That's literally, like, that could be a cool Super Bowl with either team. Whoever plays better is going to win. That doesn't always necessarily, usually that means a lot, but not when it's, If their teams are so, you can sometimes, if you're more talented and stuff, you can overcome mistakes and injuries and stuff. Ravens, 28-24. I'm changing my score. 35-28. Ravens over the Lions. A little high scoring game here. Guys, Cowboys at the Bears. So Dallas, you should win this football game. Your defense is abysmal. You got rid of Micah Parsons. You can't get to the quarterback. I know you've got Clowney coming in, but let's just face it, your defense is not doing very well. You have been scorched. You couldn't stop the Eagles unless your offense is just blowing up, which I have a feeling your offense is going to be good. Last year when Dallas played Detroit, the Chicago Bears offensive coordinator, or their head coach of the Chicago Bears, was the offensive coordinator of Detroit. They did a lot of things to try to. Dallas was weak. They had a lot of injuries, and that's not an excuse, but they had no. CD was hurt, and they had just. I think that game was October 13th last year. It was my anniversary. And they were doing trick plays while they were winning and throws because they were really pissed off about the year before losing to Dallas. And that was one of the things. Well, I'm just going to tell you, Chicago comes to town, and I know some of you guys that watch are Bears fans. I know a couple of you have Bear pendants, which are sweet. And guys, as an NFL historian, I love the Chicago Bears. They're one of the oldest teams. Soldier Field, Walter Payton, are you kidding me? Gale Sayers, Dick Butkus, need I go on? Brian Urlacher, if you guys want to go a little newer. Incredible. Dallas by 50. No, I'm just telling you guys. That offensive coordinator, the head coach of the Bears, he should come out and he should do what he did last year and try to whoop up on them. But if Dallas has any heart whatsoever, any soul, or any spunk, any dog in them, they were going to come out here and they better want to kick this guy's ass all up and down the football field on Sunday afternoon. So I'm telling you, that was embarrassing. What Detroit did to the Cowboys last year, it was super embarrassing. And they play them later on in the year because this is the year we play the NFC North. Hence, we're playing the Bears this week and the Packers next week. Detroit, be on notice. You're a better team all around, in my opinion, than the Cowboys. Still probably pretty good chance you may not win that one. Even though you put the beat down on them last year, I think a lot of them remember that. And, it doesn't really matter until, someone does something or whatever. I think they're going to remember. And I hope that they use this for motivation. Because like I said, this guy came in and kicked our ass last year all over. So it's time for, in his first year as a head coach, to set the precedent that you're nothing. Okay, you should have stayed as an offensive coordinator, even though he's a good guy with a Ben Johnson. They need to go out and they need to play with some balls and with a lot of oomph and just go out there and do what they need to do, guys. That being said, I think the Cowboys are going to win this game. Caleb Williams, I don't care. I think Dallas is going to win this game 28-14, 35-17. I think they're going to win by a couple touchdowns, which is a hard prediction for me because a lot of teams have the tendency to have trap games. Guys, this could be a trap game because the Cowboys play the Packers next week, week 4. And I know the Packers and Cowboys are always a good game. It wasn't a good game when they played, but it's always a good watch. It's two of the best teams the National Football League have to offer when it comes to tradition and history. That being said, Dallas isn't good enough to look past the Bears, so they better go out and handle business and just take one week at a time. Green Bay can go out and kind of be excited about playing Dallas and stuff like that, but I think they're going to have an easier chance with the Browns, guys. But that game, I know we're kind of foreshadowing here, but that game in 2 weeks is going to be watched by so many people. Micah Parsons, full health, week 4. He didn't practice for 6 months or play football, guys, and now he's, a couple weeks back and just killing it. So Spread 10 minutes here. So that's my predictions for football this week. You got an exciting week, especially, like I said, that Detroit Ravens game. You guys play fantasy football all year. If you've ever seen the draft day, it's like, I can't remember the name of the player, but he's like, no matter what. He writes his name on there, no matter what. All year I've been Lamar Jackson, no matter what, because I don't believe in rookie quarterbacks. And one year we did an auto draft and I got Lamar and I dumped him. And the guy that picked him up won the championship with Lamar. So every year, I'm in 2 leagues this year. One with a friend's work league and one's a family league. And I said, I'm picking up Lamar. That's my quarterback. Last year I got Patrick Mahomes, didn't do nothing. So I was like, Lamar was the way to go. And I picked Jalen Hurts in one league. And I'm like, what are you doing? Why didn't you pick Lamar? Because I, push touchdowns, running and stuff. Lamar has all those things and more. So, mistake there, but he is in one of my other leagues. So I really have a lot of faith in the Ravens. I think that the Ravens are probably the team to beat in the AFC. If you Zay Flowers, Derrick Henry, and Lamar Jackson, then on defense, they've got a hell of a defense. Detroit's getting better and better. Philly's gotten better. What are they signed? Zadarius Smith, is that his name? Wonderful linebacker. But all right, guys. So, and if you're looking to see what I'm wearing here, this is the 5.5 millimeter 18 karat Jacoji curb. They are back in stock. I just got this today. He did a shout out yesterday. They have them in bracelets, and they have them, of course, in the necklaces, obviously. So I've had the 7 millimeter before. And guys, I've had the 4 millimeter last. So this is the one in between there. There's no 6 or 6.5. Going back and looking, this is the epitome of what chain that I would want at this size. The 7 millimeter is the most gorgeous chain. It's one of my favorite chains of all times. But just being able to wear something that maybe not, because you think of 5.5. Now you're going up a millimeter and a half, guys. So we're talking see where my finger is? We're talking about maybe to here. A lot of you guys are commenting, watching them videos. So I've gotten comments from all sorts of people saying, love the chain. Let's see what we got here. Alex has asked me what I think of the chain. Definitely shiny, love it. This is OPP7960. Guys, I love it too. I put it on, I really didn't know what I thought. I know I don't want to go any bigger. I know I wouldn't want to go any smaller. And then up close and stuff, I just think it looks really cool. It's got a lot of presence, but it's not super thick. So it looks like a really clean chain, and I really, really like it. Got weight to it. You can see it swing back and forth down there. And the necklace. But, so, yeah, I absolutely love it. And again, today I was kind of rocking a stack once I got it, because I will probably be wearing this a lot. The 5.5 millimeter Jacoji curb with the 3.2 millimeter heavy cable link. Heavy link. Both are 18 karat gold. Both are from Jacoji.com. So, guys, no football tonight. It's Friday. It belongs to the high school kids. Friday Night Lights. My high school won last week. Go Tigers. Everybody's the Tigers, right? Why are there no weasels or wombats or shit? But anyways, go Tigers. I love you guys. I'll always love you guys. That school means an absolute lot to me. Some people didn't like high school. Guys, it was one of the best times of my life. I would never change being a father and a husband. But going back and just back roading and hanging out with people, getting off of school and not having to do a dang thing. Jeez. You know what I'm saying? Not worrying about anybody, but make sure you're home for dinner and so you're not hungry and you can go to bed and that kind of stuff. But much love. It is now 5:26. I got about 30 minutes left in this building. Tomorrow's Saturday, short day, 8-hour day. So short day. So I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna start cleaning, guys. I like to always sweep the building down and make sure it's clean. Make sure if something was bought during the day that I move stuff over or whatever so that it looks full. And I want to clean the glass. I would hate for the owners to come in here and look over, and then there'll just be doo-doo all over the glass. Now, there has been a few times that if I've been super busy, I will leave because I know I'm working the next day, and I'll come in, start the store up, and then just go to start cleaning. And you know what? If we're busy, there's people outside, then they're just going to come in and mess up the store anyway. So it's not like it's a restaurant where there's crumbs on the table and it's kind of insanitary and stuff. No one's going to come eat off the floors of the pawn shop. I don't think, although I have dropped some food and may not have picked it up and ate it. Maybe. But look at me. Do I look like I can waste? No. So 15 minutes in, guys. Enjoy football. I'm enjoying this. I'll let you know what it's like in a couple days. Much love.